Hello everyone and welcome back to a new Stylecast and to my channel. Thanks so much for joining me. If you don't know what a Stylecast is, it is a fashion forecast where I give you outfit inspiration for the week ahead based on the weather of where I am, just outside of New York City in Connecticut. And so I will be highlighting East Coast weather in this video, but of course you can always add or subtract a layer to make it work for where you are. This Stylecast is part 2 of my winter wardrobe, capsule wardrobe. Just wanting to highlight some key pieces to get you through the winter with lots of different combinations. And for part 2, we're going to be focusing on bottoms, accessories, and shoes. If you've been following my channel for a while, you know that I am all about a capsule wardrobe, finding key pieces, building upon them to create a really versatile wardrobe. And it's a more sustainable way of creating your looks and participating in fashion and finding your style. So let me just quickly talk about each category that I'm going to be highlighting in this video. So let's start with bottoms. So I will be highlighting a pair of jeans. I think that if you can get a darker wash, straight leg pair of jeans that will serve you super well during the winter season and into the spring and the fall and even the summer, depending on where you live, right? And so my suggestion is to get a pair that is straight leg, perhaps a little bit cropped, and for me, I prefer the raw hem. I just think it's a little bit more edgy, it's more my style, and I like to pair it with more refined things like, you know, leather boots or wool jacket, but that little, you know, frayed hem, I think adds just a little interest to it, and again, it kind of makes it more casual, makes it more my style. So that's what I would suggest. You can definitely go with the dark blue denim wash, a gray wash, a black wash, and you could even go with a beige wash if your winter capsule wardrobe is more of the ivories and the creams and the taupes and browns, that sort of thing. I think actually that could look really, really nice. So it just depends on your color palette, but you do want a really good pair of jeans in the mix for your capsule wardrobe for winter. The next thing I want to highlight is a pair of leggings, and you guys know that I am all about the leggings. I just came through my pregnancy where I wore leggings a ton. Now I'm in postpartum where I'm still wearing leggings a lot. And I would say go for a pair of leggings that has more of a high-waisted style. That way you can wear it, of course, with the oversized longer sweaters or button-down flannels, that sort of thing. But if you wanted to, you could also wear it with your cropped sweaters, or even, like I mentioned, those button downs, and you can kind of tie them, you know, up. And it just makes it a little bit more interesting, gives you a little more versatility too. And finally, I want to highlight the leather trouser. You guys know I'm a huge fan of the leather trouser, and I would say even more so than a leather sort of legging, which is something that we were doing a few years back. We've moved more into the leather trouser, and I think, again, either doing a straight leg or even a little sort of balloon shape. Mine are a tiny bit more of that balloon shape. They're high-waisted, they cinch in around the waist, there's a tie there. Makes it, again, a little bit more interesting so that when I pair different pieces with it, the trouser is really doing the work to kind of elevate the whole look. And excuse me, I would say you don't need to have this be a real pair of leather trousers, right? Like, I actually prefer the faux leather, and there's so many options, and the faux leather has gotten so good. So it's worth making an investment into a pair that you will have for a number of years in your wardrobe. For shoes, I just want to highlight a few pairs. So I will be highlighting in this video, I'll be highlighting the ankle boot. It's a heeled ankle boot with a square toe. You want to decide what sort of heel height you want. You know, do you like a high heel, or you want it to be a little bit more wearable, a little more casual for daytime and moving into nighttime with a shorter heel? That's more my style currently. And then I also would recommend a pair of lug boots or sort of combat boots. And then the final pair would be the Ugg boots, which I featured in the last video. I actually didn't get it into this video. I don't know how, but anyway, you will have seen them if you watched part 1 of my winter capsule wardrobe series. And those are just great for being around town. If there's a lot of snow on the ground, you know, I would interchange this with maybe a riding boot if you're in the city, or maybe like a hunter's welly if you're more in the countryside, or even a snow boot if you are somewhere where you get a lot of snow. You do need a boot that you can wear in the elements, so I always want to leave room for functionality there, but it also works really well style-wise, as you can see, and you look at these different outfits that we put together. As far as accessories go, I would say that having a great beanie, something that is made from good fibers, you know, if you can afford cashmere, go for it, because it won't be itchy, it won't leave, you know, sometimes when I wear a beanie that is of a lesser quality and it's itchy with wool or whatever, it actually makes my skin itch and it leaves a little bit of a redness on my forehead. So invest in that higher quality if you can. And I would say the same for your scarf. You know, just get one really great scarf in the color palette that works for you. I would say a black you can't go wrong with, a nice cream, beige, or ivory also would be a staple, and then gray or navy. So that way, again, it's very versatile, it goes with everything. And then I would also suggest that you get a pair of earrings, something that, again, is gonna be very versatile because it's not a statement earring and it's not just a little stud. I'm not actually wearing any earrings right now, but you'll see it in the cutaway. A pair of earrings that's like maybe just a little sort of medium-sized hoop, something like that with a little design interest is going to elevate your outfits, especially for evening when you want just a little something more. And finally, I would say the other things would be, you know, a good tote bag that you can carry in the winter season, something, again, in that darker color palette that goes with your wardrobe. And I would also say you could go for a hat, a ball cap. This is something that it's kind of trendy of the moment, especially if you're traveling, just to throw a ball cap on with a wool coat and some sweats on underneath and some sneakers or boots. It's actually a really cool and comfortable look. So that would be one other accessory that I would say you want in your winter wardrobe. That sums up what we're going to be showcasing in this video, and let's dive in. For Monday, we have a high of 48 and a low of 34 and partly cloudy here on the East Coast. And so what I did on Monday, I'm just looking at my notes here, I started with a pair of jeans, that straight leg denim jean, which is really the style staple of the moment, but something that's not going to go out of style either. So investing in a great pair that really fits you, that hits, you know, at your ankle. I like a pair that leaves almost like not a full crop, but just a little space around the ankle, because that way you can show off your boots. It does feel a little bit more modern. And I also really like a rough hem there as well. Those are my preferences. And I paired that with a V-neck sweater, the lug boot, a wool coat, and then I just added a ball cap. So another accessory here. I usually go for a beanie, but with the weather being what it is, if it's not so cold, then you can get away with a ball cap. And again, that just looks kind of more modern, a little more hip, a little more street style. And I really feel like it actually completes the look. Tuesday, we have a high of 47, a low of 42, and some rain forecasted in the afternoon and evening. Here I'm going for those jeans again and just doing a roll neck sweater tucked into the front, so you're adding a little bit more shape. If you left it untucked, that would be fine too, but again, in the spirit of kind of keeping yourself looking a little bit more updated, a little more modern with some of these classic pieces in your wardrobe, just that little tuck in the front makes a big difference. Then I paired that with my lug boots, a beanie, and then my oversized puffy coat. And so this is giving you just a little bit more warmth, a little more layering, very wintry feeling, and can span lots of temperatures. I mean, I'm wearing it here in the 40s, but you could definitely wear this, especially with the roll neck sweater, into, you know, 30s and 40s or even teens, because you have the warmth there with all the different layers. So on Wednesday, we have a high of 54, a low of 46, and showers forecasted. This is the warmest day of the week. And so what I'm doing here is, again, starting with that great pair of jeans. As I mentioned, you can go for a variety of colors, different sort of styles of where it hits, where it ends. But I would say like the straight leg versus a skinny leg. You could also do more of the bell bottom, or the boot cut is also a good option and coming into vogue right now, something that we used to wear that went out for a while and came back around. That's the kind of thing that if it suits your body type, invest in a great pair, hold on to it. If it goes out of style, it will come back into style. That's how fashion works. Anyway, what I started with was a pair of jeans and added a blouse. Then I put a V-neck sweater over top and then my wool coat, and finished the look with a pair of ankle boots. And all of these layers, this is what we do in the winter, the fall and the winter, right? Is we just layer things because it is quite warm, you know, 46 being the low and 54 being the high. It gives you a nice range of, okay, I might just wear this blouse with the wool sweater or the wool coat on top and I don't need the sweater, or maybe I don't need the coat and I'm just gonna wear the sweater, that kind of thing. So it's really great to have the different layers, the different options to play around when the temperatures do fluctuate like this. And I would also say in the winter time, when you are going from being outside where it might be really cold to inside where some, you know, buildings have the heat up really high, you want to have that versatility in your layers so that you can accommodate how you actually feel and regulate your temperature. Before we move to the next look, just a quick reminder to hit that subscribe button if you haven't already, and thank you so much if you have. Thursday, we have a high of 51, a low of 39, and more showers forecasted. And for this look, I'm highlighting the leggings. So as you know, I previously went through my pregnancy, I'm in my postpartum period, and I essentially live in leggings, especially if I'm home and I'm not really going out for the day. And a good pair of leggings, I find the high-waisted leggings that really can sort of help suck everything in, give you some shape. They're really comfortable. And then that high-waistedness, I really like, because yes, you can wear it with an oversized sweater and that looks great, but you can also wear it with a crop sweater, which is kind of my new way of liking to wear them at the moment. So for this look, I did the leggings with the V-neck sweater. This sweater is a bit oversized, a little bit longer, so it's a bit more of that like classic leggings and a sweater look. Paired it with my lug boots, added a scarf, a beanie, and my wool coat. And again, may not need the wool coat for much of the day, depending, because it's warmer, but you have it just in case, and it's that right layer for the season. It kind of completes the whole look. And for Friday, we have a high of 46 and a low of 35 with more showers forecasted. And for this look, I want to highlight the leather trouser. And with the leather trouser, you guys know I'm a huge fan. I think that it really elevates every look to be just a little bit more fashion forward, a little more pulled together, a little more edgy. So I would say if you can, invest in a great pair. They don't have to be real leather. Mine certainly aren't. I prefer the faux leather. And what I wanted to do here is pair that with a statement sweater. And again, sort of, you know, tuck in the front if you can, so that you're really accentuating the waist. This pair of leather trousers is a high-waisted pair. That just kind of works best for my body type, so that's what I go for. And then I finished off the look with some earrings. So again, this would be another accessory to highlight. Just a great pair of earrings. You don't need to have a lot of different colors or kinds of earrings, just some gold or silver earrings depending on the metal that you like to wear. Nothing too big, but something with just like a little bit that catches the eye. You really can wear day to night. And so these earrings, they're sort of like a fan shape, a fan hoop shape. I think they are a great choice, really, really versatile and really great for everyday wear. And then I just put that with my ankle boots. Again, here, let me highlight another accessory or shoe rather, is that having an ankle boot, a leather boot that is well made, that has the right toe shape. You know, do you want it to be pointy? Do you want it to be more of a box or square shape? And then a heel that is enough of a heel to show that you're dressing up, but it doesn't have to be a high heel. I think for me at this point in my life, like I'm moving away from the high heels and going for more of a mid heel. And that way it is something that I can wear during the day. I can still be comfortable, but it's enough of a heel to make the look elevated and a little bit more dressy. And then I just finished this off with my scarf and the wool coat. that's what I have for you today, you guys. Thank you so much for joining me, and I look forward to seeing you in another Stylecast next week. Have a beautiful one.